Welcome again. Today we have Troy University. It's one of the largest university in US that I know. And today we have Anandita Alda, who is going to present to us the student questionnaire and Troy University. So something about this: Troy University is located in Alabama, USA. It offers bachelor's, master's, MBA, doctorate. We have Anandita Alda, and she has been working with Troy as International Recruitment Advisor since 2019. She is postgraduate from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management. Anandita has worked with many reputed domestic and international universities in India. And she will be taking up today's question: why should I have a health check, immunization done before coming to US? Should I get my vaccine for COVID? And do I need to buy insurance cover? Anandita, you there?
Yes, thank you so much, Richard, for inviting me for your session. It's always lovely to join your sessions. They're always so informative and very well coordinated. So thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you. The stage is all yours, Anandita. Please take over.
Thank you. So hi, everybody. My name is Anandita, as Richard has already introduced me. I work for Troy University. I'm the India rep for Troy. And today we're going to discuss about certain parameters of health checkup. Do you need a health checkup? Do you need to get a vaccine before you, go to the United States to study and things like that, right? So I just would like to bifurcate a health checkup in two divisions now that we're living in a COVID COVID-prone world. Other than that, let's just touch base on the regular health checkups that are required in the United States if you enter as an F1 student. So yes, you will be provided with a list of tests, medical tests that need to be done prior to your journey to the United States. 90% of the times it's all right if you can, if you don't take the test and just reach campus, but 10% of the time it's not. So it's better to just complete your medical checkup and everything beforehand. Now, there are a couple of reasons why. First, the certain tests or immunizations and vaccines that need to be done are chest x-rays, a routine of your MMR vaccines, TB tests, skin grafting tests. So these are some of the tests, basic tests that need to be done prior to joining any university in the United States. These are some state mandates, right? Now, if you are able to get those tests done from India, they would be a lot more cheaper as compared to you getting them in the United States or in the medical center of your university. They will be at least 10 times more expensive. So it's absolutely wise to get your tests done beforehand. Your university or your recruitment advisor should be sending you an email or a list of the medical documents that needs to be verified, signed, and stamped by a registered doctor before you can make the transition. This also helps you with your port of entry, because there sometimes they do create a sort of chaos if you don't get your vaccinations done in place, if you don't have your medical check in place as well. Number two, these tests, they also help you with your medical record while you're getting your insurance, your health insurance from your university. Now, if you have a medical record which is already completed and signed by your registered doctor or your family practitioner, this will also help as a record for the medical insurance company or whichever insurance company or service provider that your university is working with. Now, to move on to the next area, I would just like to talk a little bit about health insurances. Now, we do get a lot of students who feel it is better to get health insurance from here in India before traveling to the United States or reaching your university. Us at Troy would advise against it. There are a couple of reasons why. So every university, state university, or even private universities follow certain health mandates which are according to a state. So let's assume our university, Troy, is located in Alabama. Now, Alabama has its own state mandates in terms of health. They have a lot of listed in-network, out-of-network providers, et cetera. There are a lot of mandates according to state, according to student permissions. and a lot of other benefits as well. Such complicated procedures are not available with insurance service providers that you're taking from here, like, ones that you're signing up from India. Um, these laws, regulations, benefits, and guidelines are better known to your university where you're planning to, study 4 years or 2 years of your education. So it's better to actually move ahead with the insurance provider that is recommended by your university. If for some reason you feel that my insurance provider provided by the university is very expensive, or you would like to have a different, try to get a second opinion, you can request for a guideline review from your university, which outlines the complete guideline of health insurances as to what are the insurances which will be accepted in the state of where your university is located at. You can ask your insurance provider to match those requirements with the health insurance that you're looking for, and then submit a complete report to your university, which will then be checked by our healthcare insurance provider. And if that works out, you can definitely opt for a second option, but it normally becomes very complicated, and it's easier to go for a healthcare provider or a health insurance provider which is based in the United States or is recommended by your university. The third part that I'd also like to touch down on is that student insurances are a lot more beneficial and lucrative than any other insurance which is available in the United States. Now, I don't know if you've had any kind of, if you've done any research on the medical expenses, background, or anything medicine in the United States, but it is pretty expensive and it's not as easy as, one might have here in India. So to visit a regular doctor in a southern state would cost you a $25 or a $50 copay, and then you have deductibles, and then there is an additional responsibility, financial responsibility. Now, if you are an individual who does not have health insurance, then one regular doctor's visit can cost you as high as $125 bill. But if you have an insurance, it depends. That's the reason we say that student insurances are the best, because student insurances normally cover all of it. They'll cover 100% of it. Sometimes you might be entitled for a $5 or $10 copay. So the difference is massive, and getting a health insurance from India would certainly not match up to that level, right? So health insurance is very expensive in the United States, and that's the reason getting a health insurance is very, very important, and it is a mandate for all universities over there as well. Now, I'd just like to move ahead to how health insurances or how vaccinations have affected us post-COVID. So there has been a lot of queries or questions in the minds of students who are traveling for this fall, and they feel like, should we get a vaccination? Should we get double doses? Is it recognized in the United States or not? How does traveling work out? So for now, as of today, our Covishield or Covaxin vaccines are not yet globally accepted, right? So they are still in the process, and they will be added to the accepted vaccine list in the United States, and they are in the process, and that will be done very soon. But they are not yet. But that does not mean that you will have to have a vaccine in order to travel. You can choose to skip getting the vaccine and get your vaccinations at the university healthcare center. And you can also, plan on getting your vaccines here and carry the certificates there as well. So the USA has been a little hush-hush, especially when it comes to students or F1 students or even international students about the right of getting a vaccination. So if you are a student who does not want to talk about if you are vaccinated or not, you don't have to do that. You do not have to submit any certificates in terms of vaccination. You do not have to take an RT-PCR test. But airports might need that. So if you're traveling from one state to the other state, there are many airports that might require RT-PCR tests or that might require a vaccination record. So It all ultimately depends if your university is flexible with your vaccination. If your university feels that you need to have at least one vaccination in order to travel and arrive to the United States safely, then it's wise to actually go ahead and take a vaccination. But if your university does not have a mandate or a requirement to take a vaccination, you can completely skip that. There have been many students who have decided to take a vaccine, for example, a Pfizer vaccine or a Moderna vaccine, that is probably has a better efficacy once they reach the United States. And these vaccination centers are currently active. They do have serums. They are vaccinating international students based on request. So it completely depends on the different state. For example, the state of California is still following COVID mandates. They are still, considering mask as a mandate. They are still urging people to come in with vaccination records and certificates. However, states like Florida or Alabama, or particularly in the Southern Belt, are not requesting for any of such documents. But are you safe? Yes, you are safe. You're safe because, as someone had commented in the chat box, yes, 90% of the United States have been vaccinated. Can you get COVID after you're already vaccinated twice? Yes, you can. And that is where your health insurance is going to be of a lot of use, help to you as well. So do not skip out on your health insurance. So how is America dealing with COVID? How is America responding to vaccinations? Well, right now, the US has gone to a pre-COVID era. All classes are happening face-to-face. Students and teachers do not need to wear a mask. However, some universities and some states still have that as a mandate. However, most of the states have refused. I mean, they've completely chucked out the mask and social distancing part, because vaccination drives have been very successful. They do have serums that are available. You do have RT-PCR test centers, which are very readily available all around you. And every university, especially, I don't know about all the other universities, but at Troy, we do also have a COVID health center within the overall medical health center, where if you feel like you're getting symptoms of COVID, you can get yourself checked, or you can get yourself checked in, and you would be observed for a day, and your tests would be done before, if you are considered to be positive, you would then be shifted to a COVID center hospital. But all kinds of measurements and everything is taken, and vaccination as of now is not a mandate. At least for students that are going for fall. And as of now, as per our latest update, spring also does not require a mandatory vaccine. But if you take it from me personally, I feel that there are many flights that actually fly out from India to the US, which goes through different countries. There are flights that go from Dubai, London, etc., etc. And many other countries do have requirements that passengers should be fully vaccinated or partially vaccinated. So your travel might require vaccinations, your university might not. Right, Richard, I think I've pretty much covered all the basics, but if you have any question that you would want me to touch on, I can do that.
Thank you, Anandita. Thank you very much. You cleared, a lot of people doubt, because in this COVID-19 time, everybody is unsure what to take, what not to take. Okay. Mr. Gadanpura has asked for a list of medical tests that can be done. Is Covishield accepted? I guess you have answered that. Do you provide medical education? That's basically university presentation is still not done yet. And the only thing probably you can provide is list, if you have a list of medical tests required to be done. Other than that, there is no other questions.
Generally, what you receive is a PDF file which has a couple of check boxes, which you'll have to just get them ticked by your doctor. Some dates of the vaccinations that you've done as a child will have to be mentioned there. This is required as an entry requirement to the US or to the university, or even for your medical insurance background, right? Other than that, some tests that are required to be done would be a skin grafting test, and a chest X-ray test, and a test that shows if you have TB or not, which is technically done with the chest X-ray test. So these are just some of the tests that need to be done. Some universities might have specific criteria as well, depending on the state that they're located in. And it really honestly depends state to state. Every state has different rules, but this is overall what is required: a skin grafting test and an X-ray.